All right, little hitters meeting now. Austin Meadows, Tommy Pham in studio. D-Row, take it away.
This is big. Durango High School, Vegas. Has Vegas produced so many monster Major League Baseball players?
It's a hungry city.
Hungry city.
Hungry city.
Grayson, up by me. Hotbed for high school baseball. No doubt. All right, you guys are both having great years. Without question, two of the best hitters in the American League. And I want to go side angle. We bring it in here. I kind of want to know what you're thinking about when you step to the box. Tommy, you talked about something, and we'll get into it. Just pause it right there. And I just want to get into the fact, what are you trying to accomplish at the box? Are you a guy that sets his sights gap to gap? Do you hunt pitches? You hunting based on the numbers?
It's tough. It's tough because, especially in the American League, so many guys throw hard and they throw a lot of breaking balls. So your approach kind of has to be up the middle, always ready for the heater, but, if they hang you something, also ready to attack that.
What are you telling yourself? I always say this, like you knock the donut off your bat, you're walking towards home plate. What are you telling yourself?
See the ball, just, see the ball. When I start focusing on other things, I tend to get in trouble. But I believe my preparation before the game will take over during the game, and if I just focus on seeing the ball, I'll control the strike zone and I'll put a good swing on my pitches.
What are the things kind of you value in the cage pregame? You asked me if I was a tee guy coming out.
I'm a tee guy.
Yeah.
I'm a tee guy, and before the game I'll do some visual tracking off the pitch machine.
So you say that, do you have like color-coded balls coming out of the pitch
during
machine?
spring training.
Pretend that's the...
During spring training, Tampa actually helped me out. They made a platelet of balls, yeah, pretty much, and we numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, across the strike zone, 7. And he'll tell you during spring training, they just fired the ball in there, and
you guys say what quadrant?
Yes, and I had someone sitting behind me, and whatever number the ball went over, I called it out, and I would look back and I would see if I was right, and he'll just give me the thumbs up. So I did that every day. Really? Every day. I wanted to be ready for the season, and I felt like it's helped me now to where I'm at today. But I value plate discipline, I balance, and just being on top of the ball. When I get in trouble when I'm not balanced and when I start dropping.
And you hear a lot of guys wanting to create that kind of angle coming up through the ball. That's what I think.
Tough.
We're all we talk about
different.
old school, new school ways of hitting. Hey, listen, I was thinking on top of the ball, but at no point in my career did I ever have the barrel above my hands.
Correct.
I always feel like it falls in the slot a little bit. What did you do that drill? Are you doing that drill, pitch recognition-wise?
So I do a lot of tee, I do a lot of machine, kind of what Tommy's talking about. For me, I'll go in the cage. I like to make things hard on myself in the cage.
Really?
Yeah, so I think for me, I don't like to just, there's a certain point for me to, feel good. I think for me, it's more about, hitting velo, hitting off speed, and trying to make it hard on myself. Because I try to make things harder than the game itself, so the game comes a little easier.
All right, roll this right here.
Oh, that was my prime. Yeah.
Look at that. You're locked in right there.
Yeah, right center is a good place, for a hitter. And when a hitter is driving the ball oppo gap,
yeah,
that's a good sign.
So that's when you're right. That's what I would say. It would take one swing. You're in a slump. You get one ball like this. Run this. You drop it in the slot. Stay on top. Bullet right center. Game over. Now you get hot.
Yeah. It helps.
I read this, and I want to ask you. This is last year. I did this. You visited the doctor last year.
Okay.
For a split second. And I read an article where you talked about, and I see it, not too many guys have their elbow that high and like really that punching technique. And you talked about, and you can run this, Rich, you have a tendency to almost get too top-handy. We talked about the Jason Hayward almost, where you're kind of rapping and choking and you don't get that punch, as opposed to, and it might be minute to the naked eye, But you know it takes bat speed away, and when you're on time in Wrigley day game on a weekend, and you go bridge.
Yeah, it can mess up your timing, you know.
Do you think that's your bugaboo? Is that something that you kind of look out for?
Yeah.
Or is the doctor full of it? You can tell.
No. I was told coming up, you know, that your elbow should never be higher than your top hand when you're swinging, and you know that's a bad sign. So you know, if my elbow is above my top hand, that's gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt consistency.
All right, let's go into Austin. I want to lock in on your side.
Stud.
Yeah, lefties
Stud.
just have. Yeah. All right, so what are your keys? A little bit different setup, obviously, than Tommy.
Yeah.
Kind of like that weight distribution, almost like 60-40, 70-30 inside of the back knee.
Yeah, maybe
Not even thinking about
60-40, yeah.
So take me through it. You knocked the donut off the bat. Austin Meadows, raked your entire life. I've been following you since high school.
Yeah, appreciate it. For me, you know, I'm not a guy that kind of, you know, the hands kind of go back. For me, I kind of start up top.
And
Start with my hands for rhythm's sake, and then I kind of load down into them. That kind of helps me start from the, you know, the top to the bottom, and start with the hands loading down, and then kind of going into the legs.
Look at that slot right there.
So take me through that for a split second, because I was the same way. When a coach would try and tell me, hey, you got to take your hands back, that rubber band effect, walk away from your hands. For me, I'm lit up right here. That it felt so tight to me.
Yeah.
So I wanted to load almost down, kind of like.
That's kind of like me.
Compare myself to Barry
I've never been a guy to really put my hand or start my hands here and, like you're saying, rubber band effect. I've never really been that type of guy. So for me, I kind of set my hands, you know, up top, and then once I load, they just kind of drop. So there's no back. It's just kind of here. They're already in their slot, and it's just kind of just dropping down because I'm a tight guy too. So, you know, I've never really had that flexibility of just really reaching back. So for me, it's just continue to drop, and that kind of starts from the top and then kind of goes into a lower half.
Are you a video guy? Are you hunting the numbers?
No, not really.
No.
No. For me, it's just a feel thing. In the cage, that's where all my work is done, like this guy right here. So.
All right, take me in the cage. Take me in the cage. You say you make the game difficult in the cage. Give me some drills. I'd love to know what you're doing in the cage to make it hard.
Yeah. You know, before the game, well, not before the game, but, you know, before BP, I'll go into the cage. I'll do some fastballs. I stand on these Bosu balls to try to, you know, feel my hips. That's a secret, but I'll give you that one.
That was my idea.
That was Tommy's idea.
Time out. Legitimate Bosu balls.
Yeah.
You're standing there.
You're standing on Bosu
full
balls.
major league hacks.
Yeah.
Not off the machine, but off the tee. So you'll stand on those to try to start, you know, feeling your
Has
legs
Kevin
and kind of
Cash seen
feeling
you
that.
do this?
I don't think Cash has
Yeah,
seen
I
it.
don't know if you. I might ask you to stop doing it.
We stole that from JD.
Really?
Yeah, that's my hitting
We
coach.
could sit up here an hour because I'm dying to get with him and break bread and figure out what
man,
he's
it's
doing.
going to take a long.
Bosu ball.
You're going to need more than an hour.
Start with the Bosu balls on the tee.
I'll take it.
You're going to need more than an hour.
Bosu balls on the tee, and then I go into side toss. For me personally, I don't really believe in front toss.
Okay, why? Because I don't believe in side toss.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, as a guy who closed off,
Yeah.
I was a guy who closed off. As the guy would be tossing me, I would end up like that.
Yeah.
I'd end up almost facing him.
Yeah. So for me, I think side toss, I act like the pitcher's out front, obviously.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll basically just come right here, and I'll just basically last second I'll look down and hit it. So it's not like I'm looking at him the whole time, closing myself off. I'm facing the pitcher, and then I just take my normal swing. And I think side toss is harder than front toss. Front toss, I think you can get away with a little bit more in front toss, personally.
Yeah.
So for side toss, you know, I think it makes it a little bit harder to drive it up the middle and have that backspin.
I'm going to ask you, though. You shocked by the trade. You're shocked to be wearing a Tampa.
For sure, yeah. But I'm excited.
Yeah, you're excited.
Definitely excited.
He's wearing the uni. You're wearing a Fendi shirt with some serious bling all over.
Serious.
Cliff Floyd. Man, I mean, come on with all this.
Hey, he's married. I'm still single.
Bro, Flo, this is all. I seriously could sit up here all day.
Yeah, that
Back
is
and
good
forth.
stuff. It means so much when the guys make
Yes.
time to come in studio and talk with us. So, Austin, Tommy, we appreciate it. Good stuff. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.